Hello! Now recently I've been using a couple of bass guitars. I've been using flatwound strings. I've tried them out here and there and I've actually really enjoyed using them. So as I'm mainly a guitar player, not a bass player, I've thought, what would it be like to actually try flatwound guitar strings? Now I've been playing for, it's coming up to about 13 to 14 years now, and I've only ever played wound round strings. Now those of you who don't know, that's basically the official term for what normal electric guitar strings are. So for example, here are some strings I use. I use 11 to 48 normal electric guitar strings. And if you look close on the neck, you can actually see the sort of the wound windings on there. Try saying that 10 times fast. Which also gives it that sort of like sound you get, which you know when you move your hand across, you can feel it like that. And it gives it a really bright sound, and it's the sound most people like to use on the guitar. But there's actually an alternative, which are flatwound strings. And I've got a set of them here that I've bought. Now they're meant to be the same gauge, they're actually 11 to 50s, but flatwound strings do tend to be a little bit heavier. There's actually three things about flatwound strings you should know. Obviously the first is that it's going to be flatwound, which has a different tone. Apparently it's got a bit more of a sort of a mellow, sort of duller tone. We'll find out when we actually compare the two. It's not, apparently they're not so great for bending, we'll test that out as well. And they also include a wound G string. So if you've ever played an acoustic guitar, you know that the G string has winding around it like a normal E, A and D string would in an electric, but flatwound you do get a wound G string as well. But also something to notice is how much more expensive they are. I paid £18.99 for this, when normally for a set of guitar strings I would pay 7 to 8 quid. So these better be good. Let's now listen to the guitar with the wound round strings. These strings, I will admit, are not brand new, they're not fresh, they're a couple of months old, but they're still quite shiny, they still sound quite bright, quite crisp, quite new for what they are. I haven't overplayed this guitar since I've last restrung it. So we'll see what that sounds like first, and then we'll swap them over and see what it sounds like with the flatwounds. Just so you know, I've got my guitar here, which is a Fender Starcaster. Going through, there's some pedals on my board, but the only ones I'm going to be using is occasionally I might use the delay, which is my MXR carbon copy analog delay. That's going through the effects loop. I'm going to be going into my amp, which is a Laney VH100R, and that's going to be recorded with a Rode MT1A and a Shure SM57, going into an M4J Track Plus, and going into Pro Tools. Let's give it a listen first with the wound round strings, and then the same things played again, same setup, but with the flatwound strings. And there we have it, after hearing both the old wound round strings and the new flatwound strings. Yeah, I do feel like the flatwounds do sound just a little bit more mellow. It's not a huge difference, but it is there. I think, for me, I feel like stylistically, yeah, if you want to just add that little bit more sort of smooth jazziness, because a lot of these are, they're aimed at jazz musicians, a lot of jazz musicians do like to use flatwound strings, then yeah, it might be a good idea. But for me, I feel like the decision to get one or the other would go entirely down to feel. Now, I'm not used to these yet, but they do feel quite a bit different, especially when I'm like just moving around chords up the neck and everything. They do fight you a little bit more on bending. Especially, I find, especially disconcerting with the wound G. Now, I played my acoustic guitar a lot of the time, so I'm used to having quite a heavy wound G, but it's wound round rather than being flat wounds. That really feels a bit weird the first couple of times you ever use it. Yeah, but they look really nice actually. They're lovely and smooth, these flatwound strings. Yeah, I think it comes down basically entirely to taste. Because I bought this sort of to be somewhat more of a jazzy guitar, because most of the time I like to play metal and I use solid body guitars, but I wanted something semi-hollow that I could sort of just be a little bit jazzy with. And yeah, I'm keen to try these out a little bit more. Yeah, if you want to try them, best thing to do is just to buy a set and give them a go. So yeah, I hope you found this video really, really useful, and if you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.